Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to my video of, well, probably the most simple way of putting games on a TI84. I'll get to the TI-Inspire later, but I'm letting my friend borrow it. Anyway, so, we're going to use these two links. I'll put them in the description below, and they just send you to my folder of everything you'll need for this video, and the TI Connect software, which you'll need. You'll need to download this first, and you're just going to hit Windows, and then you'll hit English or whatever language you speak, and then you'll follow the directions. It's pretty straightforward. For this, you'll need a micro USB cable. They're pretty standard, and it'll need to connect to the computer, so it'll have that normal USB at the end. Now, making sure we know is micro USB. There's two types. There's one that goes to like all Android phones. That's not the one we can use. And then there's the normal one, this one right here. That's what you'll need. Okay, anyway. So, once you have that downloaded, you'll see this. You don't need to click on this. You'll just do all the work from my other folder. So you're going to go in here. You're going to download anything you need. You'll probably want a lot of this. I'll put it to you that way. That'll make the Game Boy games, and this will put everything else on here. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're going to, well, first of all, download all of it, whatever you want. Now, when you download this, I didn't have the full version of MediaFire, so you'll just have to go in and click one and then download, and then click another one and hit download. And okay, so once you get all of that done, make sure this is downloaded as well. You're gonna click out, and you're going to connect your TI84. TI83s work as well, but it's not as good. Yeah, I'm recording from on top of a solo cup. I put my phone on top. I know. Alright. And you're gonna hook that little baby up there. 1 second. Alright, and your TI84 should be blinking kind of like this. If it's not, it won't recognize it, or it's not on. And people that lose their OSs, this is something you do. You go into TI Connect, and it'll have an option to send your OS. Okay, getting back onto that, you're going to go into here, and then you're going to click your TI84 folder. And then you're going to, okay. Before I start, there's two sections to this. One is where you can put actual Game Boy games on here, and it's really simple. But since your TI84 has really little memory and all, you can only put like 1 or 2 games. Like I have Pokemon Blue, and it takes up half my Game Boy game or my TI84 memory, and this will all go into your archive. So if your teacher says clear all your RAM, you're good. And unless you say clear all your memory at everything, then it'll go away, but that's obvious. Okay, so I'm going to finish downloading this, but it's already downloaded, obviously, because I uploaded it. And then you're going to go over here, and then you're going to make sure it's on your desktop. Makes it really simple. Games and related. No, wrong one, sorry. Okay, so you're going to go into your ROMs. I only have one ROM on here. I made this in like 5 minutes. I'm sorry. So, this is the TI Boy, which means you can only have Game Boy or Game Boy Color games. Obvious note, the Game Boy Color games won't show up in color. Okay, so we're just going to literally just drag it over and let it run. And you're going to enter a name. I usually, well, this one's red, so I'm going to name it Red, obviously. And you're going to let it run. And where'd it go? Is it here? Oh, it's right here. Sorry. Okay. So, and then you're going to, since if you have connected your TI device and it's on, and you have TI Connect, this option should show up. If it doesn't, just message me or something. It'll be really easy. Anyway, send to TI device, and then it'll load for a second. A couple seconds. a lot of seconds. It's a big file. I mean, oh, well, we're just gonna wait here for a second. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back, and I forgot to clear up one thing, that you're going to need a silver edition or a color silver edition for this to work. Make sure the one that says color CSE is color silver edition, and this one's just the normal silver edition, you know, where it has pixels now. The color silver edition works out very well, and the silver edition obviously, you know, has pixelated screens and all. It still works fine in my opinion, but making sure you have that. That is why I could not download whoops. So okay, so let me explain this. So you have your Game Boy file right here, right? Now this one's the silver edition, and this one has color silver edition. And I have this one's a TI84 Plus, but I put the silver edition software in here. It'll work. I may have a video how to do that later. Anyway. This is a Game Boy file right here, and I'm going to put it to the silver edition because that's what I have. Alright. And I'm going to type in the file name. It might say silver edition calculator, so if you have a normal TI84 Plus, it might not fit. Or it won't fit. It says will only fit. So you might have smaller Game Boy games, like Tetris might be small enough, I'm not really sure. And you can put it on a normal TI84, but obviously this is 48 kilobytes of RAM, and you only have like 100,000 or 100 kilobytes of RAM. Anyway, so you're gonna go over here and hit enter. It'll show up on your first free available space. You're gonna hit send to TI device again. Hopefully it'll work. Hopefully I have to turn on my calculator again. Alright, let's try this again. Make sure you unplug it and replug it in, just so it'll see it, and then you hit refresh. It should pop up as USB 1, and it does. And then, instead of incompatible file, you'll get archive, hopefully. And we wait. Okay, yes, and it does show up as archive, and that's great. You can hit send to device, but I already have it on there, so I'm not going to. It will take about like 5 minutes, because you know your calculator's processor speed isn't exactly one of, you know, a computer. Anyway, so I'm going to hit cancel, but you should hit send to device. Alright, and with mirageOS stuff, let me just move all this stuff away for a second so it'll clear up. Alright, you'll go into your TI83 file, your folder, sorry, and you're gonna install this first, obviously with the same method you did the other one. You can fit both of these on TI84 Plus Silver Edition. I'm doubting you can do much with the TI84 Plus. You can have one or the other, you know. Okay, so archive, perfect. You'll hit send to device, but I already have it, so I'm gonna hit cancel. If you want to see it, you actually do one. So these are all games you can hit. You can multi-select them all like that by right-clicking or left-clicking and holding down. Then you can right-click, hit send to TI device. I already have, I think, all of these. I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to check. Let me see. So, yes, I have all of these. Okay, so they might say RAM on them, which you can either change this later or not. But you know how your teacher makes you clear your RAM sometimes. You're going to set these to archive. They'll still work perfect, but you can either go in and click each one as archive, or you select them all by left clicking and dragging and hit set to archive, and they'll all be set to archive. Then you're going to hit send to device. And that's about it for here. And once it all finishes, you're pretty much done. It's just getting into it is pretty easy. It's a nice interface, honestly. For mirageOS at least. Okay, so for mirageOS, you're going to go down to whatever number it is, and you're going to hit enter. You're going to have a lot of files on your calculator if you haven't done this before. Let me show you how to do that first. So, let's say I have a file or some bloatware, which is like stuff you don't want, on your calculator, you're gonna hit second memory, like the Spanish and German files. You don't need those. And then you're gonna hit manage memory, and you're gonna hit all, and then you're gonna find one that you don't want, like this. All right, and then I'm gonna hit the delete key, and then you're gonna say, "Are you sure?" And you're gonna say yes. And that's how you delete all the files you don't want. I've already done this multiple times, so I'm good. Second, and then you're gonna, to get out of the screen, you're gonna hit the second button in mode, which is actually quit now. So that'll set you back to the normal screen. Now, once you have mirageOS downloaded and your Game Boy game downloaded, you're gonna hit Apps, this button right here, and you're gonna hit mirageOS. All right. So from here, you're gonna hit Enter or Second, and then you're gonna go through all the things you have, and like the impossible game, right? So I'm gonna start game, show you it works. I'm really bad at this game, sorry. Okay, and plays perfectly fine. You'll figure out the controls as you go. Okay, so the get out buttons usually vary between clear and mode, but it's usually clear. Let's see, I have missile. Alright, so second, I'm gonna play a little bit, like, oh boy, this is hard. I'm gonna kill myself intentionally. Okay. And then this one would be clear, and then clear to exit. It gives you pretty good directions, honestly, how to do it. You can have a lot of files, both on a TI84 and a TI84 Plus Silver. The CSE does not let you do TI84, or mirageOS, I'm sorry. Okay, and to get out of this screen, you will hit quit. There are a lot of files for the TI84 at color, by the way, but this isn't it, and that's what I'm doing a tutorial on right now. You can figure it out from my tutorial how to do most of this stuff, but you know, it's pretty easy. Okay, so from there, if you want to play your three, 5, and 6, they're not part of that. Just so you hit enter, you get this load up. Thank you, by the way, for the developer who made this thing. You're amazing. And it'll look like it crashed, but it really didn't. It's just setting itself into a new OS. So, okay, so this is A, the blue button, this is B, this is up, left, right, down. I believe this is how you turn it off, and then save state. I don't think there is a save state, you just save it in game. It's really nice. And then to make the screen bigger, I'm going to hit plus. I'm going to hold it sideways for a bit. Wait, oh, sorry. Okay, so you hit plus so you can see both of them. It'll zoom in on the screen, and then the number keys will navigate you, and then you zoom out with the minus key. I think you can, yeah, this makes it darker. X makes it dark, or multiplication makes it darker. Division makes it lighter. Start is mode. I think, yeah, mode. Okay, and then I have a continue file because I've played this already, but you can go in and play. It's already there. Yeah, I'm not very good at this game. Anyway, then you're gonna hit start. It's not bad, honestly. You can't. I mean, this is all the way zoomed out, I believe. Yeah, this is all the way zoomed out, and you can. It's pretty fast. It's faster if you zoom in because I think the game or the calculator has to calculate less particles. It's actually faster than the original game. I already tried it. And you're gonna go around and you're gonna like, oh yeah, I'll fight an enemy, just to show you that it actually does work all the way and doesn't like just rage quit on you. I have all the badges, and well, I'm just trying to demonstrate that it actually works. And you can zoom out and be like, oh yeah, that's Grimer, blah blah blah, and you can kill him. Yeah, my point is it works. So you're gonna hit off to turn it off. It'll freeze for a bit, but don't worry about that. It's just resetting to the old OS or your OS, and here you are. And warning: do not let your calculator die. If it says like low battery, please change. It's not recommended to play the Game Boy game. I think the mirageOS is smart enough not to kill the OS, but personal experience, if you let it die on the AAA batteries in the back of the calculator, it will crash the OS, and you'll have to like go into TI Connect and then say send OS, or get a friend to send your OS, and you'll have to replace the watch battery in the back because it's in beta version. Not that I blame the guy, because he's like really good at this stuff, but that's what happens. Other than that, that seems to be about it. So I hope you understood everything I said. I know it's a lot of information, but it actually turns out to be really useful, especially with the physics stuff. I mean, yeah, it works out very well. Like, let me show you real fast. Applications, mirageOS. You can either click straight on the one you want to do, like, let's say kinematics. It's, yeah, and then you plug in whichever variable you want. You just plug in whatever you have, and -9.81, and then 4 seconds, and it gives you an answer. It won't do significant digits, obviously, but that's all right in my book. So you hit enter, and you go back to the screen, hit 6 to quit, and quit again for a normal screen. Alright, and that concludes my video. Yeah, hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something, and I'll wait for the TI Inspire video and show you how to do that. It's a lot nicer, by the way, and I'll see you later.